Somewhere between a breath and a heartbeat, there's a field, like the moment before a compass needle settles. Every time you inhale, the compass finds north again. Every time you exhale, it reminds you north was never lost. Once a curious traveller asked an old engineer of light, "How do I increase my magnetism?" The engineer smiled, tapping the metal of a tuning fork. "By resonance," he said, "not effort." He struck the fork again, and a second fork across the room began to hum. That's spiritual magnetism, frequency meeting frequency, recognition without explanation. Each thought you hold, each word you speak, sends its own wave. When those waves are coherent, when belief, breath and behaviour line up, people feel it. They call it charisma, grace, presence. Science calls it entrainment. Either way, it's the same song. Imagine now, without forcing, what happens when someone refuses that resonance. Their frequency fractures into little shards of noise. They start labelling every tone other. Separation begins. But labelling is just mistuned listening. Shift 1 hertz of perception, and the noise becomes harmony again. That's all awakening ever was. A frequency adjustment, not a moral promotion. So, play a little experiment in your mind. Picture yourself tomorrow walking into a room. You breathe once. Align spine to sky, soles to ground. Without saying a word, you let your attention rest on 3 people, just long enough to remember they too are tuning forks. Notice how the air thickens slightly, like warm honey. That's magnetism. No mysticism required, just coherence. And the fun part, every act of coherence upgrades the system that produced it. Neurons fire in smoother cascades. Hormones align. Micro-gestures soften. You become easier to approach, harder to manipulate, more likely to tell the truth, because the body dislikes dissonance. That's your frequency upgrade, in biochemical disguise. Now zoom out, chunk up to the bigger picture. When enough individuals stabilise their signal, the collective field steadies. Communities organise differently. Economies, art, even climate patterns shift minutely toward order. That's not prophecy. That's complex system math. Positive feedback loops born of coherence. Ignore this work, and chaos fills the vacuum. People chase noise for meaning, and the world hums slightly out of tune. Attend to it, and clarity propagates. And if the voice in you ever says, "Who am I to tune the field?" remember, a single tuning fork can start a symphony if struck at the right time. You don't need to preach, just ring true. Your ring is your teaching. Your steadiness is your channeling. Your laughter is your healing code. So play with it, test it. Let curiosity be the magnet that pulls truth out of theory. When you forget, breathe once. Tap the fork of your heart. Listen for the hum and begin again.